Okay, here we are again with another Wusik Station X, Wusik Station 10 coding, and this is just coding and testing the code. The last time I was working on the background of. Let me recompile this because I changed something. I was working on the background of the layers, and I was creating a sprite for that. But sprite is very slow. It's pretty much copying a bitmap image to the buffer pixel by pixel, so that's not very good. So I decided to just scrap all the code and start over and create a new code instead. And the new code I'm using, let me close all this up because I was working on another code for Wusik Station 9, which no longer working now. Let me open again, guys. Which is the ones I'm going to need. That's those are the ones I'm going to. And instead on my layers draw, what I did, you can see the code is much smaller now. If you by any chance remembers the old code, this is much better now because I'm just using the decal drawing, which uses the GPU memory to draw directly. So built successfully. Just have to check because I was doing some change in the code, and it seems that I broke something. I have to check what. You can see that it's crashing and restarting. Oh, let me check. I don't remember what it was. State get and set stage information. Is around here. Set state information. So basically, I have the two backgrounds, the metallic background, and then the other background that goes on the top, and it is the one that that's changed position. So you can see that it's now much faster. If you go like this, you can see it's very smooth. It's very fast. And if I look at the CPU usage and GPU usage, it's also very light. Before it was a total mess. Still doing a few glitches with the buffer, but I can fix that. It's not a big deal. So, okay, let me. The set state information is still a bit problematic. For now, I'm just going to ignore it. For now. Then I can check what's going on later on. So I have the main background. The main background is the metallic background that goes. We wait for the OpenGL capture to work. Okay, now it's working. So there is a. If you look closely, you can see that there's a background that stays fixed, and then there's this scratched thing going on here that goes on top of it, and then of course the labels and the boxes that goes on top. So all these are decals, and they are drawing over the screen, and then the last things it redraws this section here, then the preset names is redrawn again, and then the screw bar is redraw again. Going to glitch out again. Okay. So everything else is working. The menus are working. The about box should show. I don't know why it's not showing on the stream capture, but it's showing on my screen. Oh, it showed, and for 1 second, I will have to figure why this happens at some point. But maybe it's not a problem. It's just the capture that's not correctly working. The about box already vanished from my screen, but it's still showing there. There's still something to be done. Now I have all these three layers: the background that moves, and then the labels and everything else that moves as, along too. So what I have to do now. Sorry about that. I hope I didn't break any speakers from anyone. uh, my mistake. I'm playing around with some music here, and I can't stream because it's copyrighted. And it seems that people don't like the music in the background anyway, especially when we're discussing code and stuff like that. So for now, I'm not going to bother about that. Just a minute because I want to check something out. Okay. So the next step is to create an object that's going to hold some things out, like a knob first, then a button, then a text display. I should have check here an image of the whole skin, just so I don't have to open Skin Maker. So this gives me a reminder of what else I should put in here. So I have the mute on and off button, but another thing I want to check is my screw bar, because I was doing something to the screw bar. I created two files, screw bar pink and a regular screw bar. So the screw bar pink has the information on where to start and where to, like the top, the middle, and the bottom of the screw bar tip, I think is the name. I don't recall the name exactly. So let me do that first. So there you go, my screw bar pink is there. I'm going to create the screw bar positions. Just to test out, let's take a look at what the values are. So we have three of those. Check here. Yeah, three positions, or the screw bar top, middle, and bottom. If if I'm not mistaken, this is already working. Just want to double check or start drawing, because right now I'm just drawing the whole thing. 0, 47, 48, 480. Because this is the whole image, but I wanted to break it into three images. Okay, let's go to the screw bar code now. Screw bar moving in rendering. So now, how we're going to approach this? Because as the screw bar total is higher, I want to move towards a smaller screw bar handle. Yeah, I think handle is the best name. But if the screw bar position total is very small, then I'm going to show it completing the whole thing. Because that's usually how, let's say here on the bottom, I have a screw bar and it's very large because there is not much to show. And here it's very small because there is a lot of stuff to show. So that's usually how screw bars work. So what I need to pass to my screw bar widget also total size or the maximum size of the screw bar. So it's like screw maximum 8. This I have to pass right on the declaration so I don't forget. So now when I create the screw bar object, which is in here, I do have this information somewhere. Let me remind layers draw. Layer position. Yeah, that's the one. Let me see where layer position is getting declared actually. So it gets declared before I use it. Okay, it's on the top there, so I can use here. So the layer position. So if I'm not mistaken, is the height of the whole thing. Then it should work out. So now I have the maximum. Oh, it's on the widget. Now what I need to check this. What's the minimum size of my thumb? So I think it's going to be on the declaration of the screw bar. So the minimum thumb height is going to be the image positioning top. Y is going to be my height. 8. I have to learn how to say that word. Okay, I'm getting annoyed by that. Height. You can't hear that, but I'm saying right, height. Okay, height. As in height. Okay, the minimum thumb height is going to be the thumb top plus the thumb bottom. And I'm curious to see if I can check that value. Because the middle can just disappear and you just have the top and bottom. Let me check what's that going to be all about. 89. Okay, that seems reasonable enough. Okay, let's check now. Need to calculate. I have my positioning, okay. I hate this kind of type of math, but I can do it. Thumb size, screw position in total. First, I'm going to get the minimum thumb size. Or even better, no, I'm going to take the we have the positioning y, that's the height, which is going to be maximum. Now I check positional total. It's higher than the screw maximum length height. Then I calculate it in a different way, but for now I'm just going to leave like that. And instead of the call height, I'm going to use the thumb side height, size actually. And now, when I go to draw it, I can go and draw first the top. Once I draw part of the cow, the place gets a bit confusing. So now I have to set the size. Size is going to be the size of the top. Oh, sprite width, okay. And image position stop at X. Let's complaining now. Let me check the call. Oh, and the source positioning. Going to be something similar. Source is 0. Top. Oh, is in the search size. Declare that. Put that in there. So this should draw the tip of the thumb. Regardless of the thumb size. And that should work. Potential divided by 0. Yeah, never going to happen. Unless it happens. Okay, where's my decal? Let me revise the code. Let's see again. Position Y, Y. Then we have the size. Get size. Not X. That's why it didn't show up. Coming up. You're not showing up. I don't like. Check the code again. Okay, we have the positioning. It should be correct. Then we have the size. Then we have the offset. And then the original size. Source size. Destination size. Hmm. Should be showing up. Let's just check. Stop should be 0. Yeah, top. So the first thing is height, 46, and 0, 46 and 0. It's correct. Totally correct. Why it's not showing up? Positioning get X, positioning get Y. There start. Oh, now it's showing up. Uh, okay, now it's showing up the top of the thumb. And we add the position. We just still have to calculate better in here so it doesn't go. Because it should be doing this thing in here, going all the way lower. What's going on with the position? What? Some may think that I should debug it and check the variables, but it's easier to use the show value instead. Whoa! That number is not good. It's doing the crazy number. Is this the potential divided by zero? Probably. Oh, the thumb size is very wrong. That's why it is divided by zero. Oh, of course. Position get height minus position get height. That is divided by zero. Oh, silly me. So what I need to do is check. Let's try. Actually, not that like this. So we have to check if that is lower or equals than zero, higher than zero. You calculate the position like that. Otherwise, don't. You have to figure out all the math for that. Okay, let's draw the bottom part. It's going to be pretty much the same code, but instead of just position y, we add minimum. You first have to calculate the middle part. I suppose the top part plus the bottom part. And then the thumb size. Thumb size minus that. Now check it. Middle height is higher than zero. And draw that. The y plus the the height of the top area. Now the size is going to be the middle height. Then for the middle part, perpendicular. I think I may need to use the warp decal. Let me check. Has to be part of the call. Hmm. Going to be That's going to be a bit more complicated because if I just tile, I'm going to tile the back, the bottom and top parts as well. Or maybe it's not going to do that. There is a way to check. So first I'm going to think that it's going to do that. Going to be the middle. The original sizes are that. Then on the bottom, what I'm going to do is going to add the middle height and the top height. Top height, the middle height, and gets the bottom position. Should work. My only question is how is going to tile a file. I'm going to check that first if it's going to work. Okay, it seems kind of working. Let me put some markers on the file so I can actually check it out. Because currently my file doesn't have anything that can show to me what's the bottom part and what's the just draw something very oh, okay, I just have a blackout here, so I may have to disconnect.